With a little hindsight now, and after hearing and watching the prospects in the upcoming draft, would the rumored unprotected 2025 first-round pick plus price tag for Demidov have been worth it?
I mean, you're looking at the potential first
question.
overall pick.
Yeah, I mean, so if that deal had been done at last year's draft, so Blackhawks select Levshunov, and then they go to, it was Columbus with the 4th pick. If Anaheim goes along the board, if what we thought was going to be Caden Lindstrom at number 3,
yep.
Columbus had the had the deal with the Blackhawks there to move that number 4 pick, and it would have included this year's Blackhawks 2025 unprotected first round pick, which right now looks like first overall. I will say, first overall was, there were some people pounding the drum of Demidov being worthy of the top overall pick.
Sure.
So
a few.
If you were, it's not crazy to say that. So I think if that deal gets done, Blackhawks get Levshunov and Demidov, and they don't have their current first round pick this year, I think you kind of shrug your shoulders and say, yeah, well, we got both Levshunov and Demidov. Yeah. So it's kind of okay. Because if you had Demidov here, you really wouldn't care about Michael Misa or Porter Martone or James Higgins all that much because you would have Demidov in the organization. So it wouldn't, and you wouldn't care about Schaefer too much because you'd have Demidov and Artem Levshunov. So I think if you were in a situation where you get 2 picks in the top 5 and you get both guys that you wanted, whatever happens the next year, you're kind of just like, eh.
And we went big. That's a possibility. They knew they were going to be a lottery team this year again. Even if they had performed up to what we expected, air quotes, still chances are a bottom 5 team.
Right.
So the odds of getting number 1 were certainly in that calculation for Davidson and company. So yeah, I mean, if you make that trade, Demidov's here, and then it becomes number 1, you're kind of like, ugh, but you don't feel terrible about it because the vast majority of Hawks fans wanted Demidov at 2.
Right. Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like that huge of a stretch. So yeah, I would still be fine with it. But yeah, if it's as this year goes on, you're like, oh God, that could certainly be number 1.
Yeah. Well,
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. So
trade number 1 for Demidov.
We all silly like the mayor.